Hey everybody, Marcus Crawford here with the Idaho Quadcopter channel. Hey, today I have the Eachine EX4 and I've got a little bit of a confession for you. This is the third time I've been out to film this introductory video. This is a drone that is a twin, or triplets actually. It was originally called the Seafly Faith, and then I've got my notes here to make sure I get it right. It was the JJRC X12, and then Banggood with their house brand Eachine calls it the EX4, but they're all three the same drone made by Seafly. I've been out a couple of times trying to fly this thing and demonstrate it, and have had some difficulties. The app not working correctly, some issues with the magnetic compass calibration with the drone. So I was using the Enjoy Fly app, which is the one that Eachine gives you, and quite frankly, there just was a lot of it that just plain didn't work. So I loaded up the Seafly app, which is the native app by the people that built this. I looked at Quadcopter 101's review of this drone, and he had some of the same problems that I saw, but then he switched to that Seafly app, and it seemed to work a little better for him. So I've done that today. I've loaded up the Seafly app on my phone. We're going to try this guy out again and see what we can do. I can tell you that I already have some concerns about the video quality on it. Even though it's got a 3-axis gimbal on there, which should give you a nice smooth video, you do get a fair amount of jello in the screen. You know, not horrible like you see with some non-stabilized drones, but enough that you know, the whole point of having a 3-axis gimbal is so you get that nice smooth video. Camera quality aside, you know, at this price point, you don't expect a particularly, you know, high-end camera. Now, what I will say is, talking about price point, is I saw Banggood had this on sale the other day for $184.79. So I don't know if it's still on there or not, but that's a pretty good buy. But just to give you a comparison, I think a competitive drone in that price range is the Hubsan Xeno. They had it for $215.99. And I can tell you from experience, everybody that follows my channel knows I fly the original Xeno a lot, much better camera quality than what this guy has. Now that doesn't mean that this isn't a bad drone, but we want to get it up in the air, and I at least need it to be able to, the features that they say it has, I want to see that they work before we can come to, you know, any kind of conclusion whether it's a drone that's worth purchasing or not. I can tell you it feels really good. It feels like a quality product. It has the brushless motors, you know, no brush, no gear stuff. It's got downward facing sensors, although I had some issues with those the other day as well. So anyway, we'll just try it out. We'll just see how it works, and yeah, let's see if we can get some a decent flight out of this thing today. Okay, so I fired up the Seafly app, and we'll see if we can get a connection here. So far nothing. Let me look and make sure that my Wi-Fi is connected. This is interesting. So on this drone, you get Wi-Fi from the controller to the drone, and then Wi-Fi from your mobile device to the controller. And it is indeed, it's hooked up correctly. So let's go back into that. Oh yeah, so now it's asking me to bind, so perfect. Bind success, so we should be good to go. Typically it would say go fly on here. It's just saying interface view, but we're going to bring it up anyway. And yeah, okay, so there we have FPV. It is not giving me battery power or any of the, it's not giving me any of the telemetry. That's some of the same issues that I had with the other app. So I'm going to close down the app and try it again here. I'm telling you, you know, I've got a iPhone 11 on here, so this phone is perfectly capable of running this app. Yeah, the drone is bound to the app, it says. Okay. Yeah, and there again, we do have FPV, but we have no telemetry. It doesn't show battery power, doesn't show number of satellites. Although I've got all green on here, so it's connected. I don't know. Let's try for a takeoff. Let's see. I'm gonna do the auto takeoff on the screen, and it gave me, yeah, current status cannot take off. So I don't know what that's about. Okay, so tell you what I'm going to do. I did this a couple times yesterday. I'm going to shut everything down. We're going to fire everything up again, and we'll see if we can get a better connection. I'll try again with the CFly app. If that doesn't work, I'll revert back to the Enjoy Fly app and try that. So let me shut it all down. Okay, so we're firing back up here. I started the drone. Start the controller now. And it's immediately my Wi-Fi is looking for that network. Okay, so it did. It connected to the controller. So that's good. So now we should be able to let's try that app again, and let's see if we have any better luck. Since it's bound before, maybe it will this time. Yeah, so it's asking to bind. Bind success. Okay, so now I get start flying on the app. So I suspect we'll, yeah, okay. It says remote control. Okay, so we've got it now. A reboot did it, and it says that it's ready to take off. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's try it on the app. I didn't have any success with that previously, so we're going to try it on the app. And again, same issue I had yesterday with the Enjoy Fly app. Those buttons just are inoperative. I can touch them on the screen and they don't do anything. Now, yesterday I was able to take off with the button on the controller. So let's give that a shot. And sure enough, there it goes. So yeah, there's not much wind here today, so let's see if we can bring it in here a little bit. Turn it around here, and it's moving around. It's moving around a lot here. So one of the things that I saw yesterday is it's got downward facing sensors on it, so it should have pretty good position hold. But what you're seeing now, you're seeing it drop a little. I'm going to wave my hand underneath it, and those sensors, in theory, should make the drone rise. So it was rising a little bit on its own. So here's the sensors. So you can see my hand underneath there, and it literally, it did nothing. So yeah, those sensors, what they do, I'm not sure. Let's try one more thing. Let me back it up here a little and bring it down a little. And I'm going to go see if I can put it into altitude hold and see if the sensors work better there. I'm a little concerned, there's a little bit of a breeze, but let's try it. Yeah, and the drone, it starts wandering. Yeah, so I thought that maybe that would make a difference. The drone is sinking, it's moving around. I'm going to go back into position hold. A little bit of a breeze, so it was moving around a little bit. That's understandable, but I can't see that those bottom sensors do anything. So I think they're just there for looks. So it says it's got sonic sensors and optical flow. I can demonstrate the the optical flow a little bit. Because that downward cam, you see it sinking now and it's supposedly in position hold. I'm going to back it up just a little. I don't trust it this close to the camera. Pick it up just a little. So if we click on this window pane at the top, you got several selections there, and you can switch between the front-facing camera and the bottom-facing camera. So there's the downward-facing camera. So we know that camera does work. I just don't know that it does much for position hold. And then this next button here, I might as well show you that. The thing was gradually rising there. You push HD, and that just switches the FPV that you see on your screen. It doesn't do anything with the quality of the video of the drone. So yeah, so we're switching between, and I can't tell which one is better, to be honest with you. So that next button there is the dual screen if you had FPV glasses, which we don't, of course. And then this one simply flips the screen, so upside down. So, you know, I don't know why you need that, but it's there, I guess, if you do. And then the next button is actually digital zoom. So let's turn it around here for that one, for that demo. Look out here into the field a little bit. So I'm going to click on that digital zoom, and then you have a scroll wheel here. And you can see you can scroll in and out. And it is digital zoom, so the quality is not going to be the best on that. So anyway, let's get out of that. And let's turn the thing around and let's do a quick, let's start video, and we'll do a manual droney. And then we'll try some of those other functions. So okay, I'm going to start video now, and that worked on the screen. So the stuff on the right hand side of the screen seems to work. The left hand side not so much. I guess I should show what these other two arrows are for here. The one on the left, that you should be able to control the gimbal with that, although it doesn't seem to be working. Big surprise. But that's what that's for, is controlling the gimbal. And the one to the right of that simply hides that camera menu. So I brought that back. Anyway, so, you know, partial functionality there. So so let's do a reverse and up, and let's see how smoothly I can do this. I'm going to drop the gimbal here a little bit, and reverse and up. And so pay attention to the video quality here. What I saw when I had, boy, it's really hard not to yaw doing that manually on here. This controller is really, truthfully, a toy grade controller. It's not particularly precise. Okay, so pay attention to what you see in that video. The stuff that I looked at earlier had a fair amount of jello. I can tell you though, what I'm looking at on the screen right now does not look too bad. But of course I'm just looking on this little FPV screen. Now if we look at the horizon, you got to give it kudos. It's got a pretty flat horizon, which is good. Because it's a wide angle lens, you do get that curvature, but that's just a function of the lens. I would say in this price point of a drone, that's perfectly understandable. Nothing that I'd be too worried about. We're going to stay within the confines of the park here, but let's turn around and let's go to the corner. Boy, that yaw is really quick. You saw a little jerkiness on the FPV. Wow. Okay, so we're gonna see if I can straighten it out a little, and we're gonna go full stick forward and show you speed wise. So we're gonna go clear to the corner of the park there. And as you can see, we're about 4 or 5 meters per second. So it's not that, and boy, we're going off at an angle too. So that's actually, you know, not me. I actually physically, you know, could I have been banking the drone a little bit? I suppose it's kind of hard to, and you know, I just saw some movement there that was not, without even me touching the controls. So when I saw that yesterday, I thought maybe that was wind taking hold of it, but I can tell you right now, there's just a very small breeze. Yeah, so it's telling me magnetic interference now, so yeah, that's probably not good. I'm going to hit return to home. Yeah, and it's kind of moving around on its own. Yeah, so I didn't like that movement that I saw. You saw on the camera there, far enough away, and it was giving me that magnetic interference warning. So let's do a return to home, and I will attempt to do a compass calibration. I can tell you that yesterday I had very little luck with that. It didn't seem to work well at all. So in any case, I think I got it to calibrate one time, but we'll try it again here. We'll calibrate, and then we'll try out some of the intelligent flight modes. It's got an orbit mode and it's got a tracking mode. It also has a waypoint mode, but I looked at other reviewers and none of them were able to get that to work, so I can't imagine I'll have any better luck. So it's coming down. I'm gonna make sure we get it on frame here. So as you can see there, yeah, you can see it on the camera there. So it's a ways away from the, you know, it's a good, I don't know, a couple meters away from the landing pad. That's all right though. This drone does not advertise precision landing. That is good enough. Now we're getting a breeze coming up here, so what we saw out there earlier could have been, you know, could have been a breeze at higher elevation. Okay, I'm going to attempt to do this on screen. It's not an easy thing to do. We're going to go into the settings and calibration of compass. Please stay away from metal when calibrating. Okay, we're well away from metal. Let's try it the old dance way. So supposedly the lights on the front change, and nothing has changed. Let's try spinning it this way. Yeah, I don't know, no luck. So I'm gonna get out of that. I'm gonna go out into the field here a little bit and try again. Okay, no better luck on calibration. I do have my my watch on here, so I'm going to take my watch off, and if that could be affecting it. Yeah, I don't know. No luck on the calibration. We are getting the lights flashing here. So I don't know what to say. I'm gonna shut it down and turn it on again. But we did not successfully calibrate there, and we're burning up battery. So I'm just gonna try and take off again. You know, I was out there far enough. I was far away from any metal. Took my watch off. There shouldn't have been any problem. And in fact, now it's telling me ready to take off. So let's see if it'll take off, even though that backlight's flashing. Yeah, it won't do it with the app as usual. Well, let's try it on the controller. Yeah, so it went back to green. No. Yeah, it went back to green as soon as I did that. So took it out of calibration mode. You know, if somebody knows the secret to calibrating it, let me know, because I mean, obviously it didn't work for me. So we've got a little bit of a breeze now. Let me raise it up a little. So we've got a little wind that's come up, and you can see it moving around quite a bit. Now, with optical flow, it should be holding steady. So I'm telling you that those downward facing sensors on this thing just simply aren't, they just don't work. that's what I'm telling you. Okay, so let's see if we can do tracking and an orbit mode. So let me back it off out into the field here a little bit. I'm gonna grab my GoPro camera. Okay, so we're recording with the GoPro 2. As you can see, the drone is it's moving around a lot in the wind here. But let's back it off a little bit more. Get out here where we can do just a little bit of an orbit. So to do orbit, I'm trying to hold the GoPro and the controller at the same time. Push it, click on position at the top. There we go, orbit. And it's starting to turn. So I know, I watched Quadcopter's 101's video, so it's doing a 360. But what you can do is you can back it off from where you are, where you're at, and it will continue that orbit. And boy, yeah, I don't know what it's doing. Oh yeah. Yeah, I went back into position because it was going nuts there. Okay, I turned off return to home, and it did give me a magnetic interference again today, with that. So that orbit was, I don't know. It's different than what I saw Quadcopter 101 try. And you know, could my problems be related to that it was telling me magnetic interference again? Maybe. Okay, so let's go back. Let's see if we can get it to track. So it's supposed to track. Yeah, it is. Even though it's not keeping me in frame, it is moving with me. So let me see if I can yaw it around. Yeah, yaw it around and get myself in frame. Now, so it is moving with me, but I cannot yaw it around to get it to face me. So I mean, it's moving around here, and that, you know, that could be related to compass calibration, but I'm going to go back into position. So there's position again. Well, don't know what to tell you. That kind of works. I mean, it kind of works. We'll bring it back towards us here as soon as we get back to the Canon camera. So I'm not even able to get the gimbal is kind of stopped on me now. So you can see the gimbal, evidently the gimbal is kind of giving up the ghost, because you can see how it's kind of moving around here. So let's land it. So I'm going to bring it down here. I don't know if I'll be able to control it enough to get it on the pad. Oh, hey, we got it on the pad. But as you can see, my gimbal control is not working here. So here's what I'm going to do. We got 40% battery. Now it says 20%. Yeah, it's funny. I saw that the other day, the way that battery percentage meter kind of worked, kind of weird. But just for the fun of it, let's shut it all down and see if we can take off one more time and do just one more just kind of quick little flight. Okay, we'll start over again here. Let me turn on the drone, and then we'll turn on the controller. Hopefully as soon as we see some green on the back of that drone, that light on the back of the drone should turn green when it's got a connection. Yeah, there it's green. Okay, so let's fire up the C-Fly app, and it's asking me to bind. That's good. Bind success. And hopefully what we'll see here on the app is it'll say, yeah, start flying. So we've got that. So click on that. And there's the app ready to take off. Let's just, for the fun of it, let's try the app again for takeoff. Oh, hey, look at, we got something here. But just as it did for me the other day, you can click that on the app, but it does nothing. It says it'll take off, but it doesn't. But it does work here. I was able to get it to work here. So let's press it here. And there we go. And there again, it's not giving me any telemetry on the app, so I don't know where I'm at battery wise, so we're not going to go out too far. See if I can start recording, so that part of the app works. And it seems to be a little more stable now. Well, I take that back. So we're in some wind here. I'm just not going to go very far with it, guys. I just don't trust it. So let's yaw it back and forth, and we can kind of test the stability of the yeah, I mean, directionally, it's really hard to control. So there's full left, the drone's left, now full right. So the gimbal is working again. So let's back it off a little. Do another little droney. Not going to go nearly as far this time. So the thing is, our problem right now is we have no idea how much battery power we have left. I saw the recording on the Canon camera stopped. It only goes so many minutes and then it stops. So I don't know how much of a gap we had there, but anyway, let's bring it back in. And I'm going to land it because I have it actually seems to be flying a little better now, but I have no telemetry here, so I don't know. I have no clue as to how much battery power I have or what's going on. So I'm not touching the controls, and watch how much that thing is moving around. Now there's a little breeze here, so. Well guys, I wish I could tell you, I wish I knew how much I wish I could tell you how much battery power we have. So I'm going to turn off video now. Hopefully I did that on that last video and I don't end up with a corrupted file. I don't remember before I shut it down last time. But anyway, I don't think I did. So we're turning off video and I'm going to land it. So one of the things I do, yes, it is telling me check battery at the top now. Even though it wasn't giving us the telemetry, it did say check battery. So it knew that part of it, at least it knew it was getting into low battery. Okay. You know, honestly, no better luck today than I had the other day, yesterday, or the time before. So let me shut it down and I'm going to do a quick conclusion here. Okay, so the Eachine EX4, gosh, I have to tell you, I really had high hopes for this guy. One of the things that I love to do on my channel is show people that they don't have to spend $1,500 or even $1,000 to get a good photographic, videographic, stabilized camera drone to enjoy this hobby. And I was hoping that this guy would kind of represent the lower end of that. It just doesn't. Nothing about it works as it should. Does it fly? Yeah, it flies. But I even, you know, you saw the magnetic interference problems I had, and I was in areas where there's wasn't close to metal. You saw me try and do the compass calibration. I walked out into the field where I'm way away from any metal. I had my Apple Watch on. You know, I've heard people say that can throw off a compass calibration, so I took that off. I still couldn't get it to calibrate. Although when I fired it up the next time, it didn't give me that magnetic interference again. But flying it out around the field here, a couple different times we got magnetic interference, and we did get some, I'm going to say, abnormal flight behavior out of it. I didn't feel fully in control of the drone most of the time. So that's an issue. I know others have had better luck flying it. So, you know, is it something? Yeah, I mean, I just don't have that answer. You know, I fly it with an iPhone 11, so it's got plenty of power. It seemed to hook up correctly. I've tried both apps. I've tried the EnjoyFly app, which is the Eachine app, and then today we use the Seafly app, which is the Seafly Faith, which is what this drone started out as, app, and they're identical. And I had the same issues with both of them. I couldn't get the buttons on the left side to work, the auto takeoff, etc. I had exactly the same experience with both apps. I could, however, do auto takeoff with this, and I could do auto return with this. Couldn't do it on the app. So then trying the automated flight modes, I tried the orbit mode and it kind of spun around like it was supposed to, and then I tried to move it away from me to do an orbit. I watched Quadcopter 101's video and he was able to do that successfully. He could move it away and get it to orbit. It didn't work for me. The drone just kind of went, I don't know, it was doing a circle, but not, it wasn't an orbit from its starting point. So don't know what to say about that either. I just got back, because I didn't trust where the drone was going, I put it back into position mode and brought it back in. Then we tried tracking. I was able to get it to track, and what this one does is it tracks the controller. I'm sure it's probably GPS to GPS, so the GPS on your phone with the GPS on the drone. And I could get it to move around and track me. What I could not do is get myself in the center of frame. I tried to yaw it around, couldn't get it to happen. That's something you could play with a little bit and maybe get that to work. It does have a waypoint mission on it, but I know other people have tried that and were unable to get it to work. So, and especially the other issues I was having, I didn't even make an attempt at that today. Quadcopter 101 tried that, and he couldn't get it to work, so I didn't even mess around with that. The video quality is another thing. You saw the at one point there the gimbal kind of gave up the ghost and quit, just for whatever reason quit working. It was after we did those automated flight modes, and I couldn't control the up and down of the gimbal, and as I was moving it around, you saw it was just jerky, so the gimbal was not working at all at that point. But that said, you'll see the video from when I was flying it around the park, and if it's like the video that I took yesterday, you'll see a fair amount of jello in it, and I have no reason to think it would be any different. And the reason that you want a stabilized camera drone is for good quality video. Now this is only 1080p. Man, I'm okay with that at a starter drone price. That's all right. And even if it isn't the best quality of 1080p, but it's got to be stable, and this fails at that even too. So you know, I've seen the regular retail price. I've seen this anywhere from $289 to $269 to recently I saw Banggood had a coupon. They had it for like $185, something like that. Gosh, I just don't even know that it's worth that. You know, if you could buy it for 120 bucks and try out a GPS drone or something, maybe, but it wouldn't be worth it to me. So my intention with this guy was to do a comparison test with the Hubsan Zeno, because they kind of fit into that same price category. Entry-level, stabilized videography drones. I'm telling you, everybody knows I'm a big fan of the Zeno, and for good reason. It's 10 times the drone as this thing. And Banggood had that with a coupon the other day for 215 bucks. Buy the Hubsan Zeno. I'm not even going to bother trying to do a video comparison with the two. There's just no point. This guy is not even close. So you know, I hate posting videos like this because like I said, I like to promote things and so forth, but honestly, I just can't do it with this, and I just don't want somebody to go out and buy this thing expecting to, you know, get a drone like that, even the Hubsan Zeno, because you're just not. So anyway, that's it. This is Marcus Crawford with the Idaho Quadcopter channel out, and if you like this kind of content, please subscribe to my channel. Most of all, I appreciate you taking the time to look at this video, and we will see you on the next one. Bye now.